What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to KvltDeFi. This is a channel where we bring you the latest and greatest in innovations in tech in decentralized finance, and that quite specifically in the Dev Jacob ecosystem. Tonight, we're going to be talking about something which has been a long time in the works, guys, a long time in the works. It kind of is the thing, if you've been around the Jacob ecosystem for a while, you will know it's the kind of thing that's been around for a long time. Long time coming. So basically, how Jacob kind of got, it came across everyone's radar, how his ecosystems and protocols all started was because of the jackpot game, which is on the casinos, right? Which is on BNB Pot, on Binance, and on PulsePot, which is on PulseChain, right? So take you back to 2022, I think. Yeah, it was 2022. In 2022, Jacob and team had the idea to create this jackpot game. So if you don't know what jackpot game is, then this is very new stream for you. This one might get a bit complicated in that case. So the jackpot wheel is basically 100% truly decentralized player versus player casino on chain, right? It's the world's first, and it all started with this one game. This one game is a 3-minute spinning wheel. I have multitudes of videos that cover it already, and during that 3 minutes, as soon as 2 players enter a round, a 3-minute countdown starts. During that time, those players can add as much funds in a numerous amount of tokens, and at the end of that, so basically what they're doing, they're locking up their tokens in a smart contract. At the end of the 3 minutes through an RNG, a winner gets decided, and that winner, minus a small protocol fee, gets all the funds that are in that round. There is no limit to how many people can enter a round, and there's no limit to how much money can be put into the round in that 3-minute spin. That was the original idea, and there was a sacrifice held for this. Back when all the PulseChain sacrifices were happening, liquid loans, etc., blah blah blah, and this actually generated quite a bit of, really quite a bit of interest. I want to say interest because there was so much interest just in that jackpot. Literally, that's why it's called PulsePot and BNB Pot, because of this jackpot game. Because there was so much interest in that, the team decided to go back and have a look and say, okay, well, let's expand it a bit. What else can we do with the skill sets that they have? What kind of crypto games can truly be totally decentralized? That means no house, no signups, no logins, no deposits, all this kind of thing. The team actually came out with a few other games. So on the BNB side, they came out with the jackpot game obviously first, and they came out with roulette, which again, the roulette tables, as we know at the time, they were auctioned off as NFTs, and whoever owned those NFTs, effectively they own those roulette tables. It was up to them to provide the liquidity for people to play, and obviously because they own it, they actually gain the house edge. And then it went on to things like there was Powerball on there, which was like the jackpot game over a longer period of time. There was some marketing done and some, certain partnerships done with different communities out there. And all this time, basically, we're waiting for PulseChain, right? Because one of the reasons that BNB Pot launched in the first place was because the games were ready, everything was done, code was done. Obviously, there'd been a bit of talk about this out there for a while. So it kind of, the decision was made to say, okay, well, we have to launch this now. Right. It was a good testing ground, obviously, before PulseChain came around. But we originally thought that PulseChain was going to be literally like a few weeks away, I want to say, from, or maybe at the most a few months away from the BNB Pot launch. But it turned out they didn't launch for like 18 months. So during that time, we had a lot of testing going around, and the team built new games, more and more constant games, all in the anticipation of PulseChain coming, PulseChain was so delayed compared to the BNB Pot launch that when PulseChain launched, it was full steam ahead. It was all hammer, all go, full steam ahead. So over on PulseChain, then, so the initial games that launched were Again, the jackpot game, because that's kind of the main one. Then there was a coin flip game, which again is PvP, is just 50-50 chance of winning. There was the game Chain Race that came on. That was quite funny when that came out. There was a lot of attention around that. Things like Plinko, again, another 50-50 game. So all of that came around. And on the back end, those are basically all the games that could launch without having an independent, suitable RNG capability in Oracle. We've been waiting. Now everyone on Pulse Chain knows we've been waiting for the Oracle for a while. I recently saw there was a new update from the Signum Oracle guys, so that should be coming. I've also heard through the grapevine that there are a few other teams out there that are building out RNG capabilities. But even though we have BNB and we have PulsePot, the decision was always that the casino protocols would be multi-chain. They would be multi-chain because that's the best way to get lots of eyeballs. That's the best way to get a bigger audience. And because we're a Pulse Chain team, it would be very nice if those people kind of followed us back to Pulse Chain, right? So it's a perfect onboarding tool, because we know that gambling, you know, and just gaming, really, I mean, it's still kind of a game. It's a huge market to be in. So the decision was made then that we're going to wait. We're going to wait until the Oracle capabilities come around in the RNG, because we were limited to, again, how many games we can launch on the protocol. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, Pulse Chain is 2 years old now, and the casino project, you know, PulseBot has been live now for 18 months, and we haven't seen the infrastructure being built that we need in order to move this thing forward. So the decision again was made, another great decision by the team, that there was going to be, because it doesn't really make sense to have BNB pot over on Binance Smart Chain. Doesn't have anything really to do with PulseBot, even though it's just like the same, it's really the same casino that's on two different chains. And obviously getting it out there to more chains, like there was always the original plan to make this the whole thing multi-chain, it kind of, there was a bit of a disconnect there along the lines. So the team put their heads together and they said, okay, well, look, based on the fact that we have a good relationship with Chainlink, and we use Chainlink over on BNB, it would be a good idea to see if we can leverage some of the Chainlink technology, which in this case is Chainlink CCIP, which is basically cross-chain interoperability, okay? It means that different blockchains can talk to each other and you can do things cross-chain. By making the casino cross-chain and multi-chain, it kind of ticks off some of the boxes, what we wanted to do, which was multi-chain. And not only that, it allows players from different chains to play against each other. And that in itself is something pretty revolutionary. That is pretty awesome. So the decision was made to rebrand to Onchain.bet. You can go and check it out right now on the website. I will actually put this little banner. I'll create a new banner here for this. There it is, Onchain.bet. We are migrating over to Onchain.bet. Right, what does that mean for you? First and foremost, if you were part of the original sacrifice set for PulseBot, you would have got your tokens on BNB when that launched. Okay, you got your tokens, and I think the launch price was around $5, went all the way up to like 28 or something. So if you were good enough and you didn't sell those, right? And then when PulsePot came around, again, you were given your sacrifice again, right? So technically, you sacrificed and you got your sacrifice on BNB pot, right? When PulsePot came around, you got an extra bonus. You basically got given your sacrifice again on another new chain, right? So I can't exactly remember the launch price of that, but that again did like a 20x or something in the time. So if again you were good enough and you didn't sell because you believe in the project, then what you can do right now, you can go over to Onchain.bet. We'll walk through the website in a moment, but you can go over to Onchain.bet right now. You can go to the token claim, and basically you can convert your BNBP and your PLSP to the new on-chain token. Okay, so basically what you're doing, you're sending them to an address. The address gives you an allocation, and you can keep track of your allocation on the website. Again, like I said, we'll have a look at that again in the moment, right? So that is kind of what you need to be doing right now. If you are a holder of BNBP or PLSP, then do yourselves a favor, again, obviously not financial advice, but there's no reason not to do this, right? Go over and just migrate your tokens. Now, I know because BNB Pot launched, I think at the end of, I want to say at the end of 2022. Yes, because BNB Pot launched at the end of 2022, I don't think many of you guys held on to your tokens, right? I know a lot of people did. I know that they did, but there was a pretty large sacrifice, and I know a lot of people didn't. Now, if you didn't, shame on you, but not really. If you didn't, then you can still benefit from this migration, okay? Because right now, the prices of BNBP and PLSP are actually pretty low. So in order to get, let's say, in order to get the same amount of tokens you would have got from your sacrifice, it costs you a fraction of that money now. And because you sold, you probably would have won anyway, okay? So you're still up. So if you are one of the original sacrifice set, then go over to Onchain.bet, click on the token claim button, and there is an address there. You send your token to that address, and then that address will assign you your allocation. So you will know straight away how many on-chain tokens you will be airdropped when the protocol goes live. Okay. Now this migration happens it's until the 25th of September. After that date, so if you are watching this way later than now it is the 26th of May. If you're watching this after 25th of September, you can still get your allocation just by, again, sending the tokens over. But the amount of tokens you will be assigned, I think, will gradually start to fall, right? Gradually start to fall. So it will make sense for you all to do this now, okay? For every one PLSP token that you send over to migrate, you will get 100 OC, so on-chain tokens assigned, right? For every one BNBP token that you send over, you will get 33 OC tokens. Now, if you are someone from the original sacrifice set and knows about Pulse Predict, which was the sports betting and the price call betting protocol that was being built alongside the casinos, you will have, if you were part of the original sacrifice set, you would have been given some Predict tokens anyway, right? We never actually got the Predict tokens because, like I say, during the time that Predict was going to be going live and the casino projects were going, we were just waiting for the infrastructure. The infrastructure is not here. So the two casinos and Predict are all going to be part of Onchain.bet, right? So if you have any Predict tokens, you can also, again, on the Predict website, you can go and you can have a look and you can check your wallet, connect your wallet, and you will see if there's an allocation there. Those Predict tokens will automatically, so basically every wallet that has Predict tokens will automatically be given their allocation for on-chain. So even if you don't send over BNBP or you don't send over PLSP, if you participated in Predict at all, and remember, you could get Predict tokens just by utilizing the platform. It was basically free, like really actually free. So you will have your allocation of OC tokens directly there anyway. Okay, so I suggest all go connect your wallet, check out how much you have, and if you want more, get more. Okay. Now, for every Predict token that you that you utilize the system for, and you did things and you just got this free token basically, I think it's like 0.005 or 0005 OC tokens, right? So it's not really a lot, but I do know that there are a lot of people that were using Predicts, that were utilizing the platform quite a lot, and they have a few million or a few tens of millions of those things. So they should have actually quite a nice little allocation, right? So do yourself a favor, go over and check that out, right? I really recommend you go and check it out because you will never know, you might just have something nice sitting there. Okay. Now I just want to jump into the comments here. Someone has written something. Matt says, it seems that Onchain.bet is only on other chains. What about Pulse Chain? Yes. Okay. Well, I kind of cover that anyway, but because Pulse Chain doesn't have the Oracle yet, and the suitable is really about the suitable RNG capabilities for the games, because we need super fast RNG capabilities. Because you can imagine if you're playing, let's say you're playing a game on a roulette, right? Because it's quite a quick game. You place a bet, the roulette wheel spins, you place your bet, and then the wheel will start to spin. Imagine having to wait like a minute or two or even longer just to get the result from that one roulette spinning, right? That wheel spinning. So it doesn't really make much sense. So we need super fast RNG capabilities, and we know that Chainlink has that. And because of Chainlink's CCIP, it means that we can utilize those speeds for game results on many different chains. Right now, I will jump into the website in a moment, but I just want to reiterate one last time. If you were given your sacrifice and for whatever reason you don't have your tokens anymore, I know it was a long time ago, I know we had a bear market come around. If you are one of these people that just don't have them anymore, that doesn't mean that you cannot participate. Okay, I would not financial advice. I would suggest if you want to participate in what's really this is exactly what PulsePot and BNB Pot was supposed to be. What is coming on chain? What is coming now? I've said to you guys, really, I've said it now for about a good year, maybe longer. Actually, I've been saying it ever since the channel started, right? I've said, I personally believe, I'm just a guy on the internet, I personally believe that you definitely do not have enough BNB tokens, and you definitely don't have enough PLSB tokens. Because I knew that this migration to on-chain was coming. It's been a long time coming, and I've been saying it for a long time, and I don't think that any of you guys really believe me. BNB Pod and PulsePot, the tech itself, world's first, right? Absolutely outstanding, world's first tech. With on-chain, because it really gives us, it allows the team with this new tech, really, with with Chainlink CCLP and everything, it really gives the team, it gives them the opportunity to use the tech and develop new tech, which can really bring this to where it was supposed to be all along, right? It wasn't just supposed to be one jackpot game. It wasn't just supposed to be a jackpot game and a roulette table. It's supposed to be a fully fledged peer-to-peer casino, completely decentralized, no KYCs, no logins, no signups, no deposits, none of that type of stuff. It literally is, it rewards all the holders, and it rewards the stakers, and it rewards the liquidity providers. That is it. So for as long as there are people playing these games, if you are a holder of OC token, of course you're going to win. If you want to participate in the protocol itself, how the protocol really works, then you really win. And we'll have a look at that right now. Actually, I will share the website right now just so you can all have a look. Have a little drink. I've got a bit of a sore throat today. Now, let's have a look at this. Okay, so that is the wrong page. I will share this one instead. So this is it. So if you just go to Onchain.bet, you will be on this landing page. Okay. I will put this comment in here. Okay, my laptop is freezing. No, it's not. Okay, so once you go to Onchain.bet, right, you will land on this page. Now, on this page, you can immediately see that you have the logo. It says provide liquidity and you own the casino. That is the overall idea of Onchain, right? That's the overall idea of this game, right? What it basically allows you to do is you, as an Onchain holder, you can provide, you can stake your tokens on one side, and you can provide liquidity to the games, so for people to play. Now, obviously, there will be protocol-owned liquidity games, but then there will also be user-owned liquidity games, right? And it really kind of depends on the game. It kind of depends exactly what the game, how they can get stuff out of the game, right? So we can see here, then we have a documentation page. So we can see on the documentation that we'll have a look at that in a moment. That's basically the white paper. Now, anyone that is used to Jacob protocols will immediately know that the white paper itself is connected with, it's very much in the style of the Mafia game, right? So it is laid out in the Mafia game, which means that there is a few launch phases, a big explanation. It is not as in-depth as Mafia, obviously, at this stage, but it's something I think that's going to be built over time. And then you have the token claim button. So on the token claim, what just happened here? Somebody just died on me. This is insane. Seriously, oh, okay, that's why. Okay, I lost connection, but I will be back shortly. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so while that is doing its thing, and I need to just reboot StreamYard. While that is doing that, you will be able to see actually that on the website that there is a few different functions actually. So we have a ramp, which is on ramp, right? The on ramp itself. Now I need to tell you this. I don't have that view. I'm looking straight at myself. I can tell you that with the protocol, right? So we have a number of different things which the protocol is actually going to deliver on, which is almost immediately, right? So number one is going to be the ramp. So one of the things that you can do directly through Onchain, you're going to be able to on-ramp money through a part of Change Now, right? So with Change Now, basically, all you have to do, you can go on there. Actually, I'll wait until I can bring up the screen, but I can tell you that what you're going to be able to do is literally on-ramp money, basically using Change Now. So from your card directly in to the protocol itself, right? When we start to talk about, actually, we need to talk about some of the tokenomics itself, but I think I'll wait for a moment regarding the tokenomics. I just need to try and bring back up this screen. Bear with me, guys. Okay, are we there? Yes. Okay. That is again the wrong page. Share this one instead. Okay. So we are back. Yeah, so we can see here. So as soon as you go on the landing page, you will see that there is a documentation tab which will bring you to the white paper. Then there is a token claim. So if you have your tokens, what I suggest you do, go to your token claim. Oh my God, my throat. I've just lost you completely. I've just lost everything. What's going on?